everyone. I hope you're well and that you're keeping safe. If you are mourning the loss of a loved one, a friend, a colleague, my heart goes out to you and I offer my condolences. So, this week I wanted to share some ideas on how you can introduce a new idea to your team successfully. So, a bit of context, you have a new proposal which will address a current challenge that you're facing, and you've introduced it to your team. It involves a new way of looking at the challenge, a new way of solving the challenge, a new way of doing things, and you get this response. But we've always done things this way. Why do we need to change things? Have you ever heard that before? You pitch an idea, a new idea, and you hear, but we've always done things this way. Well, if you've heard that before and you got stuck or frustrated, this guide is for you. And I hope you'll pick up one or two things that you can use and make your own. The first step when you get a response like that is to check your intention. Why are you introducing this change or this new way of doing things? Really be honest with yourself. Are you trying to prove a point? Are you trying to impress somebody? Are you trying to just do the opposite of what maybe the person who was there before you did? Or is this something you really believe deep down is going to improve your business or the way you work or the way things are done at the office? Really be honest and reflect. Step number 2 is ask the right questions. So when you hear, oh, but this won't work, we've always done things this way, ask the right questions. Don't say, but why is the old way better? You'll get a reason, believe you me. What you want to ask instead is, okay, so what is helpful or unhelpful about my proposal, my proposed way of doing things? What is productive or counterproductive about this new way? So you create questions, or you ask questions, that are going to give you information, but they're also going to keep the process moving forward. Because what you don't want to do is start going backwards and talking about the old way of doing things. You want to establish what didn't work with the old way and what may not work with the new way, so that as you go forward you can tweak it. Step number 3 is more of a sidestep, but it's still a step. What I mean by sidestep is that once you get your information, you've got to ask yourself, are the majority of my team for this idea or not? If they're not for the idea, don't give up. What you do is assign a sub-team or a smaller group within the team. Give them the assignment of coming up with an alternative solution to the one you've come up with. And it has to be different from the old solution. So give them that mandate, give them a deadline, and within that very meeting, set a date for when you're going to have a follow-up discussion to now discuss this alternative. Step number 4 is also a sidestep, but this is in the case where the majority of your team are for this new idea. And remember that not everybody is going to be on board, and that's fine. That's completely fine. What matters is that if the majority are on board, you get moving. So even in this instance, don't relax. Assign a team who can go off, also with a deadline, go off and come up with a transition plan. Because remember, you already have a solution. So you're transitioning from the old solution to the new solution. Let them also come up with things that will be needed, like training, additional resources, whatever. But give them a very clear mandate, a deadline, and also a date for future discussions. Step number 5 is, now you've gotten moving and you've implemented something, you've got to keep an eye on it. You've got to monitor the implementation consistently. And the other thing that is very helpful is to keep an open mind. You'll be getting both positive and negative feedback. Don't celebrate the positive feedback and throw away the negative feedback. Embrace all the feedback and keep lines of communication open. If people know that they can come to you with both negative and positive feedback, you'll get a lot of information and you can make better decisions. So, those are my 5 steps. I hope they help you. And remember, at the end of the day, it's not about forcing your way, it's about reaching consensus in a strategic way and making sure that even as you move forward, the majority of your team are on board and you involve them in the process, planning, getting resources together, and you move forward together. Stay blessed and take care. Stay safe too. Bye.